Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. All we're going to get are more Hunter Biden D-pics with these guys. Doesn't matter if they have a speaker or not.
Right.
This is all they want to do, right?
Yeah, I think the only reason that he was able to pass muster is that, like, almost nobody knew who the hell this guy was. He's like a no-frills insurrectionist,
He's less shouty and wears a jacket. That's the difference between him and Jordan.
Make no mistake, that guy is as dangerous, if not even more so, than Jim Jordan. He just doesn't have the screechy voice and the aversion to wearing a jacket. But he is anti-abortion. He is anti-LGBTQ. Anti-same-sex marriage. He's anti everything except for anti-Trump. He's and he's an election denier. That's the part that scares me the most, because he's in the seat of power. He's 2 seats away
from the presidency.
He's, a few heartbeats away from the presidency. This is frightening. And yesterday, all these major newspapers like USA Today and they're all like, "Who is Mike Johnson? Why don't you guys know this? Why are you asking us?"
Yeah. And by the way, this press conference announcing him, you said Republicans don't boo sedition, they don't boo insurrection, they boo the reporter that asks about it, and they support the guy who plans it. Utterly disgraceful. I mean, it just tells you everything you need to know about this party, right? Virginia Fox going, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Was that the granny?
Yes,
it was.
That's the granny
with
the squiggy eye. Sorry,
yeah.
Yeah. Good God. You also tweeted yesterday, "Good morning and happy Wednesday to everyone who agrees that Ginni Thomas needs to be investigated and Clarence Thomas needs to step down from the Supreme Court so his SCOTUS decisions don't interfere with his many fancy gifts from billionaires." I said earlier today, Brooklyn Dad, how many times did she text with Mark Meadows, who just flipped? Let's hope we find out, right?
Yeah. So I was, I did a little show with, Muller, She Wrote, Allison Gill.
Yes, of course, it's a very important friend of the Stephanie Miller Show.
She's amazing, and she's so on point, right? Yes. So I was asking her about this, the Mark Meadows, what do they call?
No, can't do that. Can't do the S-bombs. Okay.
Sorry. I was asking about how he got the, what is it that he got?
Immunity deal.
Yeah, the immunity.
The immunity. Yes. And she said it wasn't as big a deal as everybody thought, everyone was saying, because it's a limited use immunity deal.
Yeah.
So, it's a very narrow amount of things that they can touch on. I still believe that, Jack Smith seems to have his ducks in a row and seems to be very sharp. So he'd be remiss not to go after a big fish like Ginni Thomas, who's she doesn't want to go to jail. If anybody was ripe to give you some information in exchange for freedom, it would be Ginni Thomas, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And you repointed Trump's whole, Truth Social, whatever, and you just said, Siri, what is witness tampering? I mean, it's 101 witness tampering. I mean, it's just, it's Brooklyn Dad Defiant is here. I mean, are you kidding me? He said this has been one of the greatest moments in the history of our public, this complete show we've been watching for 3 weeks with no speaker. Oh my God! I really one of them tried to spin it like that. Brooklyn Dad. They were trying to. I can't remember who it was that was like, "Oh, this is real good. This is. I think it proves what a diverse something. Whatever." Oh my God! No, it doesn't. I think it's good for us. It's bad for America, but good for us politically, because it shows every day. They show what a complete clown show they are. No offense.
So if it had been us. Right, if it had been Democrats, they would have been, Democrats are in disarray, because we've been there before, actually. In fact, one of my big complaints back in the day was that we can never get all on the same page. We're always fighting each other. And now, at least for the House Speaker thing, we were in lockstep. And that got me a little verklempt.
Yeah.
It's all unified. Beautiful.
I was laughing. This past Saturday was our LA Sexy Liberal that was pay-per-viewed all over the world, and we we love everybody. Everybody said it was the best one ever, but I was laughing at panel. It was such a perfect example of I'm not a member of an organized party. I'm a Democrat because the first person I introduced was Ron Perlman. He wasn't there. He's backstage talking to Malcolm Nance. No one brought the stools out. A couple of the microphones didn't work. We're all just like, and everybody loved it. We're just like, okay. I mean, but that's not what this was. This speaker fight. This was just. I mean, you could see how completely dysfunctional a caucus they have, and how disinterested they are in getting anything done for the American people.
Agreed. And here's the other thing that irritated me about that whole debacle was that it was created by Republicans. It was continued by Republicans. I mean, they created the whole rule that allowed the motion to vacate.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. One person to vacate the speaker position. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Matt Gaetz triggered it, got Kevin McCarthy booted out of there.
Yeah.
Right? And then Kevin McCarthy turns around and blames Democrats for it.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah. Oh, here is, speaking of Gaetz, Representative Ray.
Is ascendant, and if you don't think that moving from Kevin McCarthy to MAGA Mike Johnson shows the ascendance of this movement and where the power in the Republican Party truly lies, then you're not paying attention. But they are crying, they are hand-wringing and bedwetting over on K Street because we have an honorable, righteous man who is about to take this position. He's going to do great things for the country.
Oh, my God. And also, is he going to block the ethics investigation of Matt Gaetz, which is, I think, Matt Gaetz's main concern?
Right.
Yes. Right?
Yeah. I always forget about that ethics investigation, and I guess that's the point here. Now he's playing nice. Now he's like being the good little boy who fell in line, who learned his lesson, hoping that, I guess, that they continue to forget about it. Yeah. Was that even part of the deal for him to bring those 8 Republicans in line so that they could all be in lockstep and get this thing passed? You stop being a jerk, and we'll make that ethics investigation go away.
Well, that was the most entertaining part of the Sunday shows this week, is Kevin McCarthy's like, I don't know what's in that ethics thing, but it must be really bad. Shut down the whole Congress over it. Okay, yeah, Governor Tim Walz, I thought, summed all this up from Minnesota.
They're starting to see all of this is circus. What matters to them is that our economy is moving in Minnesota. We're moving towards a clean energy economy. We're expanding access to meals for children in school. Those are things that the Biden-Harris administration did, and I think it's important for all of us, and this is why this question's really good. This case needs to go forward, and it needs to be heard because the law matters, but let's not be distracted about this. This is a question about, yes, our democracy, and it's a question about those policies that improve lives.
Yep, one last one. Tim Walz.
People don't want to be absorbed with this 24/7, the circus around Donald Trump and the nonsense of House Republicans. That's why we need to bring some sanity back to this. Joe Biden wakes up in the morning, gets the job done. That's what I think they're thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day, is he just, and he's in the middle of this unbelievable international crisis, and he just keeps his head down and keeps working for the American people, doesn't he?
It boggles my mind. I mean, I am overly impressed and pleasantly surprised, because I've said this before, I'll say it again. Joe Biden was not my first choice. He wasn't even my second choice.
Me neither.
But when
I was Kamala and then Liz Warren, and
flip it for me.
Yeah,
Liz Warren was my first choice.
Yeah,
but I'm so glad. He was born for this moment, and he was a gaffe machine, right? I hated that about in the run up to him getting the nomination. I was like, he's a walking gaffe machine. He had to stutter.
Have you listened to Donald Trump's speeches lately?
Yeah, he's got his issues. He's not perfect, but nobody's perfect, right? But with that said, he was perfect for this moment.
Yeah.
He rose to it. So I fully love the job that he's doing, and I'm going to make it my mission in life for the next 12 14,
Oh,
13,
God, how long
whatever. I don't know, Matt.
It's going to be the longest year
for
of
the
our
next
lives.
year and a month until Election Day to make sure I spread the word, because I don't think he gets enough credit in the media